Oh, wowie, wowie. Hello, CrunkChocolate here. I'm with my brilliant brothers, Dillon Meehan, John. Oh, full name Whitaker. Okay, doxing yourself. Let's go.
Big time. I got nothing to hide. Let's do it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, man. What have you guys been up to? It's been a month. Like, what is life? We're all still here, so either the rapture wasn't real,
the rapture did not happen.
We were left behind, one or the other.
And to be honest with you, sometimes wouldn't mind being left behind.
Hey, we're children of George W., so we were left behind. So
yeah, very.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I love that joke. Actually, I love the political joke up top. I'll start us off. I'm doing well. Just to give you a child update, Luca can crawl now.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
But also scary as shit.
Yeah.
Scary as shit. Like now you just notice everything in your house. It's like, don't want you to get into that, man. Please don't. Oh no, don't touch that. Then now things have left the apartment and things have been bolted to walls and different world.
Should we not leave that open flame next to this giant box of fireworks anymore? I think we should get rid of that.
Candles have been saved for now, but there's been a few like areas where I know we put them that I'm like,
we gotta change that. We gotta change that
for sure. and he's curious, so I'm sure he'll get into whatever area we're not even thinking of right now. But big news, big news.
That is terrifying. Shout out to you, Dad, Mom.
Appreciate it.
Everything's good for me, man. Everything's chill. I am enjoying. Work's good, life's good, LA's good. Didn't get raptured, which I don't think I would like. Maybe I would. I have no idea. I liked The Leftovers. Good show. But yeah, that's the update from Dillon.
Hell yeah. I think I'll stand by it. Like I don't think I'd want to get raptured. A lot of the people that were talking about being raptured don't seem like a great hang, to be honest.
Does not seem like a great hang. But maybe, you get raptured up and then all of a sudden they're just like, hey, I'm safe now. Who wants to have an orgy? Like, sorry, this is like, I'm all over the place. But I'm just saying, maybe they become fun people once they get up there. Like, I don't know. I don't know the rules. Yeah.
I keep religion levity, but literally that's kind of a good word for it. But I don't think the overseer would like that, no matter who he or she is. So I feel like the orgies are not happening after the rapture either. So
lame.
Never know. Who knows?
All right. Well, let's
get out of this conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
2 minutes in, good times. Okay, so the Ballon d'Or just happened, and I am just obviously Ousmane Dembele. Congratulations, much deserved. As a City fan, I love the fact technically Donnarumma's success from the Ballon d'Or is tied to the PSG. But we do get to take credit for it. I absolutely love it. I think that's fantastic. Like, good for us. City made sure to post all about it, that their goalkeeper won the Yashin trophy. Like, I love it. Do either of you feel strongly against that? Like, should they pay respect to PSG?
We're a post about it for sure. I mean, I think anybody with like half an eyeball and a brain just knows like, oh yeah, like this happened last year. It's just so weird, the timing of all these awards as Americans, right? Because it's just like, this happens at the end of our seasons all the time. So it is always one of those things where I find it, obviously, I'm going to sound like a dumb American, but I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot that this happens right about now. I'm kind of like fully out on all these awards. I think Dembele, sure, whatever. But this is the one year I've cared the least about this. And I don't know why.
They can end it. Rodri lifted the Ballon d'Or. Who cares about that award anymore?
Like I kind of just don't. I don't know. It just hasn't even crossed my brain or my legs. Like I just don't care, I guess.
I'm actually
which is bad.
I am with you.
So, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's like a getting older thing that like who gives a shit? Not in a bad way. It's like props to Dembele, deserved. Don't have any problems with him winning, but like, there's bigger problems or like issues. And the one thing is like the actual rating and like the way that everyone kind of falls. It just so clearly is like either who won the Euros, who won the World Cup, or who won the Champions League. Great. Put as many of those people that we can in like the top 15, and then everything else is just kind of whatever.
I feel like college football right now is going through a very big AP poll controversy if you're on social media at all.
Yeah.
And like knowing that that's happening there and already knowing that FIFA's, I mean, top 5 most corrupt organization of all time. I don't care who you're a fan of, right? Like it just kind of is. I just don't think I give a shit. I also think it's really, really hard. This award is really hard to give out in general if like a lot of people have great seasons, just because like in every American sport it's small. There's 30 teams at max, 32 teams, and like brother, like there's 30 leagues that we could pull from, if not more, like obviously more, but like it's always just been a weird award for me that I don't know. It's just in my head. It's like, I don't even really think this is the MVP. Like, what is this? Like, okay, cool. I don't know.
And from my understanding, it's voted on by like the international captain of like every country. And then like one media, I think it's one media member also from every country. And it's just like, how is someone from like some small, bizarre nation, like, are they keeping up with everything that is going on in every single one of these leagues? It's like, no, probably not. And like, same thing for the media member. As someone that like works in like football media, I don't have a pulse on everything that is going on in every major league. Like that's very hard to do. And so I just just like, it's weird. I don't know. Shout out to Dembele though. I always liked him, to be honest with you. I'm happy for him.
And it's like a nice story because like there's a time where he was on the scrap heap essentially for a couple teams, right? Like, you know, that's awesome. I'm glad that it's going to different people now every year too.
Yeah.
That's my other point. But other than that, I saw the Instagram post and I just kept scrolling. I just didn't react at all. It was just part of my day.
Dang. Shout out to Gigi. He got 9th in it. Yeah. Scott McTominay was 18th. Like, hey, it's a good chance for people who.
Not gonna lie though, I mean that dude that's like the great. I don't know what's going on in Napoli.
That might be a little too low.
Yes, like straight up, that's one of the coolest lives ever. Like he was just like, nah, I'm gonna go to Italy and just be fucking sick. And I love that now they're.
As someone who's been to Italy, I get it. Someone who did Italy 2 months ago. I get how it can change you.
As an Italy experiencer, I understand. Yeah. No,
I too wouldn't mind living there.
No, oh my God. I tell my wife all the time, especially with like what's been going on recently. I'm like, every Instagram post of like a $20,000 fixer upper that's in the middle of like nowhere, Spain or Italy, I'm like, I think I could do this. Like I'm trying to talk myself into it, like real bad.
You can,
to be honest,
you can buy them for like €1. Like ones that are really beat up, you can buy them for that little if you just like promise to take care of them.
I understand, but my grandpa's hands look the way they did, so mine could type on a keyboard.
That's real.
I can relate.
The fixer upper.
I can relate.
Yeah, trust me, my wife's not pumped about it sometimes, especially when she wants to do a project. But like, I know my ceiling on certain things. Power tools. Someone else can take that one for me, you know. So, but I'm tempted every time. Like I'm just looking at it and I'm like, man, one more end of the world thing happens this week. I swear, I'm putting the down payment in and we're out of here. And then I chicken out. So
all right, we'll check in on you at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
if I start giving you weird times that we have to do this at, you'll know pretty much.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here to support you however I can. And speaking of Ballon d'Or, the Yashin Trophy, we got to talk about Donnarumma. The last time we chatted, there was Willie Woney. Do we even want Donnarumma? There are other people who could do what Ederson does. It's happened. He's here. Ederson's in Turkey. How are we feeling? Like, I guess let's start off with, it's been a few games. The style has changed. We don't have to get too nerdy about like specifics about what it's doing, but for me, there's a lot less, I guess, like calm and control. And I'm not entirely built for that. Like, I've adjusted and gotten really comfortable with City's previous style. And the winning also helps yesterday, but the Arsenal match specifically, I was absolutely miserable for 70 minutes. Like, it was the 25th minute mark. We do the watch alongs, and I was like, oh, we're doing this. We're legitimately parking the bus the entire match. I just held on to my Man City football the entire time. This is what we're going to be doing against top clubs. Like, is this how we're going to play Liverpool? Like, what, for the good and the bad, I guess, what is your Donnarumma experience so far?
I think, honestly, just from purely a Donnarumma standpoint, I've been a huge fan of it. I think, yeah, the passing isn't as good. I can think of like quite a few times where, like, honestly, even relatively simple passes are just something, simple from like an Ederson standpoint, are something that he's not really able to do at a high level. But in terms as to like what happened against Arsenal, I think maybe one of my more like hopes is that this is a team that has a ton of injuries. This is a team that had to play the same exact lineup 3 games in a row. It's the first time Pep had done that since 2021, and the only other time he had done that before that was 2017. And so I think those were a ton of tired legs. I mean, we've seen it, I feel like, every game this season at like the 70-minute mark. It's like everyone's just molasses. And then when you like basically combine that, like, hey, we not only played a Champions League match against Napoli, then we also had the derby before that. I just feel like that's going to just, the team was exhausted, and Arsenal are already such a good team and have a pretty like commanding midfield presence that they're able to just kind of like take control in that way. I hated it, but I don't think this is going to be like, oh, hey, moving forward, just we're going to be playing Mourinho ball all the time.
Yeah. Echo. And I know I wrote some other things for us to talk about, so I might dip into a few of them when I say this. Like, Donnarumma, for not playing with his feet, is still like a world-class keeper. Like, obviously he just won the award, so it's like I felt good about that. Like, I was like, shot stopper, perfect. I think to Dylan's point too, is if you think about Pep, like, this is early days on trying to do this tactic in this formation, and like every 1% better type rule, like every game is going to get a little bit better. Are we maybe going to have to play this way against, like, twice against Liverpool, one more against Arsenal and Madrid, possibly? But I was just impressed in general. Like, Napoli's undefeated in Serie A. Like, it's always a pain in the ass to play a rival, no matter what sport you're playing, especially this derby. And you're playing, honestly, a team that was beating the brakes off of us the past couple times we played them, and you gave up 1 goal in all 3 of these games. Like, that's huge. I actually thought, like, there's still like backline stuff that I was like, oh god, I just want them to figure this out. And I thought the midfield played really well in this one, and like defensively, like the midfield like was great for us defensively. I thought. I don't know. I have faith. And it's funny for me to say this because last pod I was like, do we need Pep? But like, I have faith that like this is just gonna get iterated and be better. And like, we did this the first time rolling it out against possibly the second best team in this league, maybe third best team if we figure it out too. They're top 3. The 3 best teams in this league are clear. So it's just like, you did this against them away. hell yeah. Like I'm stoked right now, honestly.
Okay.
Like this is the highest I've been in a year and some change.
Yes, I'm with you there. I am.
Yeah.
He a couple weeks ago, someone asked Pep about is he happy? Hey, we got rid of a bunch of players. You were talking about
Mhm.
how much you hate big squads, and he was like, "Yeah, I got 17 players now. I'm happy. All I have to do is just avoid injuries. All the games that they're playing with the intensity of the games and not being playing in England, who doesn't care about other competitions. You play when you play.
Mhm.
Is there some sort of adjustment we should be hoping to get from Pep, or is this something that we just have to wait for the next manager who is new age and understands the modern game and will want a bigger squad? Is this just something we just got to shut up with for the next 1 to 2 or more seasons? I don't know.
So let me how many players away are you personally from feeling like more comfortable, do you think?
I like it's just the fact of I think injuries is always going to be a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So even if it's
For
just
sure.
like 2 more players are actually trusting and
Yeah.
playing our academy team players, the adjustment, I just wouldn't mind 2 more players, even if it's just on the bench. So then Pep knows that, or well, I'm sure he always knows it's whether he cares. And again, I guess I'm just saying pacify me. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just frustrating knowing that they have to play the same 11 3 games in a row because of injuries, but also it helps that it's the first time he's done that in 3 years, and the time before that was like 4 years before that. Like I'm that does make me feel less stressed about the roster size, so I do appreciate that, Dylan.
It's a fair point. Like I do remember during like the 4-peat run, like there's I think Men in Blazers even Dylan was posting like there's 22 people on this squad that would start. Like yeah, I think we just are gonna look back at some point and be like, we were so fucking lucky to be able to like be where we were when we were like watching this, being fans. I don't know. It's incredible. I'm being more reflective. I think it's the father in me now, I guess. But it's just like I can't expect us to have 22 just amazing players anymore. It would make me feel so much better. I'm right there with you, Crunk. But it's like this is just how we have to do it. And I don't think any other team. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth here. I truly don't think any other team has like a 22 set anymore. Like Liverpool also in these runs would have maybe 20, 22 players that I'm like, yeah, they got somebody for each position as a backup that can roll. But I don't think Arsenal does. I don't think any other team does. I don't think Liverpool does right now. I mean, I called my brother up. He'd be able to give me this answer. But like, I think we had a roster that was like incredible.
Liverpool, some of the people who played for like Liverpool and stuff like that today in the Carabao Cup, very early in the competition, they played. I was very shocked to see some of their names, and my first thought was, "Ooh, that's probably not going to be good for them." I'm going to be very interested in the scores this weekend. That's what I'll say. Yeah,
for sure.
Especially with Ekatike getting sent off. But I think that with City's squad, I think it's a collection of things. One, I think that the first 2 summer windows, like when Pep came, and then the second season. I mean, that is just like FIFA career mode levels of recruitment of just like every single signing except for Nolito was perfect. And were people that we are now here. Like that is summer of 2016, summer of 2017. And it is now, today is the first day of fall 2025.
Yeah.
And every single one of those players was absolutely vital. Or like if they left, like Sane left and like Mahrez was able to come in. Or like it's something where it's like, and it wasn't like Sane didn't work. Like eventually he had to leave but there was like a replacement that was brought in before he left and it ended up working out. It was just a perfect recruiting cycle. I think I wouldn't even say we had like okay recruiting cycles. There were just misses. Like Calvin Phillips was just a miss. Mateus Nunes was just a miss. And I think because of that, it just leaves, and don't want to be disrespectful, but it's just like, you're not at the level of a Manchester City player. And like Calvin Phillips isn't at the level of like a championship team. I don't know why. I thought he was a fantastic signing, and it's like a Russell Wilson, to use a cross sport analysis. Like he's just not good anymore. He was really good, and then he went to the Broncos and was no longer good. And it's like Calvin Phillips was good, was great in the Euros, comes to City, and none of it worked out. He goes to Ipswich, and he can barely even make it out of Ipswich. It's just like, it's a very weird situation. But I do think, from like how many more players they need, I would like maybe honestly, of all the positions, like another center back, because the level of injuries that City have, it really makes it's like, oh my God, the squad, like there's no depth. It's like, well, there was like, I think it was the total number was 13 players were hurt, like coming into the Manchester United game. And it's just like, well, if that many players are hurt, like it's not a fucking squad depth thing. Like you just can't account for that.
Yeah.
And so that's all. Like
or a backup striker, like someone to actually. And I know Haaland loves his 90 minutes.
Play there. I think Marmoush can, and I think that's what we saw. Like when Haaland was hurt last year, I thought Marmoush did a good job of playing centrally, and he can kind of offer something a little bit differently. And like, it's the whole like Pep thing where it's like he doesn't want like one player for every position. He wants like players that can like kind of play 4 positions. So it's like he has Turkey or Bob or Foden who can kind of play as like a false 9, totally different. And then it's like Marmoush can kind of like drop a little deep and still play centrally. And it's like, but all those players can also play like 3 other positions. It's like, so there's like this depth in the aggregate kind of, but as soon as players start to get hurt, that all kind of just falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I had the perfect, like it was a dig, for sure, a dig, but like the perfect way to describe Nunez is like, he's a Wolves player. Like he just is. And he has a City uniform on. And I still sometimes sit there and I'm like, am I being real harsh because he hasn't really gotten to play the position that he's supposed to be playing because he is, covering for a lot of these injuries? I'm with you, Dylan. Like I think of the times that I'm frustrated, and it is, I want to take it out on a center back, but because I played center back, I like understand it's a lot of times it's not really their fault. And I'm just like, oh, you just are like getting exposed here. And I feel like that is the position that obviously carries the most next to like Rodri when people go down, because now it's just like that core and that center needs to be so solid. And I feel like if we had one more name that I knew I'm throwing back there and like, I'm going to get the best version of it possible, I would feel a lot better for sure.
Yeah, it's like the John Stones quote where he's like, John Stones has more balls than every single person in this room. It's like what he's asking him to do. He's like, I'm asking him to defend like 70 yards.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for everyone to get back. I know that we're not being down or damper right now, but like these 3 games were huge for us. To have them this early too. And I'm going to choose positivity, and I'm going to choose to stay high, not rapture high, but high enough to be good right now. And like, let's keep it going. Doku, but that's what I want to talk about. This motherfucker is crazy,
bro.
Like that was awesome,
bro.
I was sitting there and I was like, yes, like this is what I knew he always could do and always had in him. And like, I felt bad for just him basically because we lost. So I was like, what else could you have done?
Yeah, he worked so hard against Arsenal. I mean, he's done great all season.
Sure.
But
we drew. Sorry, I didn't mean to say we lost. We drew.
It was a spiritual L. It was a spiritual L. I was crestfallen. Like I was a mess.
Yeah. Arsenal celebrated like they won. So I mean,
1,000%. It was weird. But I mean, they celebrated the draw a couple seasons ago when City held on to the title.
Which I will bring up later as a point that I want to bring to the group too. But please. Let's keep with Doku here.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I just feel like, and I texted you guys this, and I will say, I told my wife this. It's so nice because I used to just text the NAFTA podcast guys, none of them City fans. It's just so nice to have a sounding board mid-game that is worried about the same things I'm worried about and looking at the same things I'm looking at times. Like, it's just different. It feels great.
Yeah.
But like when him and Reinders find like, and they're close, there is so much that is possible with those two that I'm just like, I can't stop thinking about what it could be. Like I'm so pumped about this. And it was a glimpse.
It's just the aspect of having other players who want to run with Doku. Like that means so much. Because there would be times where he'd get the ball last season and he's wanting to attack, and then maybe the only person who's running with him is Holland. Everybody else is just like trotting. They're like, we'll get there eventually. Come back. And he's like, I don't want to come back. Like that's not my game. I want to murder. Like truly, I shared that quote from him often on Twitter. I just randomly go back to my post and just hit repost, that stuff where he talked. It was when he was still, it was before he came to City, and he was just talking about his mentality. He wants his defender to literally cry. Like they hear his name and they shudder. Like it was like peak Bond villain like statement, and I was like, let's go. He's gonna be great, and we're able to see it because most of Pep ball is mentality, and he has mentality. He knows he should be here. Now it's just doing it on pitch.
I said on the City Extra YouTube, it's a little plug, that he essentially is. It's Neo when like Neo realizes he's the one to like. It's just like he sees the code. And that's kind of how it feels right now. Like when he, especially for the Foden goal against United, when he just absolutely massacred Luke Shaw. Same thing for Napoli. And like multiple times it felt like in the Arsenal match where I think it's a credit to like City being a little bit more like transitional and not just like facing a crazy, 10 guys in the box and Doku has to dribble through everyone and make magic happen. The fact that there's now just like a little bit more space for him to operate in. And it's like, we always talk about like the second season jump. Well, when the second season is the worst season that City have had in like 15 years, I think you just kind of got to like forget that. Yeah. And so it's like this third season jump is essentially what would be the second season jump. Yeah. Is what we would expect out of a Pep player in their second season.
I think, Dylan, you brought up a really good point because my brain was going to a few things when I was watching them, and it was how we were set up. It was how Arsenal was set up that is playing into this. But I feel like part of the reason I have such a soft spot for Sane and why I was so like pissed when he left was there were times even in that team where when he would have the ball, I felt like it was the only positive move forward that we would ever have. Like it was driving towards the goal. It was driving to make people move so that there's something open. I think 2 years ago when Foden was like unconscious, like he was the person where I was like, you got to get him the ball because it's the only way we're going to penetrate and be able to like disperse. And again, against Arsenal, and I know we drew, but like it felt that way with him where I was like, there's nothing happening. And I feel a lot, and I know you guys feel this as well. There's so many times where it's just stall. It's just so dead. There's no off-ball movement, it seems like sometimes, where, all right, he's going to penetrate. He's going to get by one guy. He might get by two, and then things will open up. And it just reminded me of those two instances. Like the Sane thing, I will, to my deathbed, be like, fuck, I wish that would have worked out forever. And then Foden, when he was just making that run, then we thought maybe he'd get the Ballon d'Or. Like I was like that. Those are the two times I thought about that, and that's what he embodied this weekend, which I loved. I was like, this is insane.
That's a fun what if, though. That's a fun what if. Sorry.
No, I miss pre ACL tear Sane. It was just like I said this. I don't think. No, go for it. Go.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you because it's not even that important. I've said this before on here. The goal against, I want to say it was Schalke in the Champions League, where it was just a set piece goal. I was in Spain for that, and it will be probably the most entrenched soccer memory I have. And like the game didn't really matter, to be honest with you, whatever. But like I just remember sitting there being like, "This is so sick." Like this is like again, get a cottage in the middle of nowhere, Italy. This is what my life could be. But I just remember that. But yeah, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, his like little like stop start nature. He would like, the Reggie Bush juke from when he was at USC on the sideline. Like it would feel like he would do that to like fullbacks, which doesn't even make sense because the goal isn't to tackle him. The goal is to take the ball, but he would somehow like make defenders look like that with the ball. And I mean, I think about his Liverpool goal, like probably once a week.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll always be for me the what if. Like I was like, damn, I wish this would have worked out. And I also hated how it ended too. But we can do that on a different pod. What I want to ask, if you don't mind me transitioning.
Go for it. Yeah.
I don't like Mikel Arteta. And is that okay? Like I just don't like him.
Okay, so let's hear a little bit of why. What is it specifically about? And I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid. I want to hear some more, of your thoughts.
I don't know why. I don't know how I would categorize this because we're not a scorn lover or anything. But it's just like, it's the littlest shit that he acts so excited about. That, and this camera is the greatest. It's a little shit that he acts so excited about, like the draw being a win, and his post game pressers are always just the most European shit I've ever heard. Which now, like the Eagle in me is coming out, and I hate that I'm being like, American as shit right now. But like,
were you just in Arizona this week?
No, I was not. Nope. Gonna avoid that. I know that you get to play our HR person on here most times, but I will check out of that one too. I obviously didn't go up in the Rapture, so that tells you something. But like, I just can't stand him. And I feel bad because I remember being pretty high on him, thinking he's hilarious with the Amazon thing, with like the whiteboard type stuff. And like now it feels, and I think Arsenal fans play into this for me. It just feels like there's an excuse constantly, or there's like a total viewpoint on the game. Yes, there's a total viewpoint on the game that I'm like, how did you arrive here? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what is this? And I'm willing to admit, hand up, I might be too dumb and too American to understand it, but I just don't get it.
I think that Arteta that you enjoyed, he's been dead for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like that man who had all that light and wanted his teams to play beautiful football, City killed that out of him. Like legit. Like I feel like he's kind of hinted at those types of things, like just being so
that
close.
Treble run.
Yeah.
When De Bruyne carried the ball like 50 yards and just passed it into the net, I think that was like a literal, like life-changing moment for Arteta.
His internal rapture, so to speak. Yeah. Exactly.
The rapture episode.
Yeah.
And then can't forget about KDB also pushing him. KDB single-handedly had just changed that man's DNA. Like he just became a completely different human. I don't think that he knows what joy is.
It shows.
He's corny.
Yeah, he is that for sure. He was always that, but it was like endearing. Like, he's trying so hard and stuff, and you're like, oh, who cares? And now it's just all gone.
And I think every fan base has like their own type of like persona. Like I think like Liverpool and United a lot of times like carry themselves with like a lot of like entitlement, and Liverpool's always like, oh, we have the best fullbacks in the world, the best center backs in the world. And it like, I think they kind of had to like stop saying that, because finally City fans are just like, then why aren't you winning? Doesn't that then just mean that like Pep is better? And it just like was a really good like mental mind fuck where they just kind of had to like stop saying that. And it does feel a little bit more with Arsenal, like whether it's Arteta complaining that the ball has changed, and like that's a thing that they have to account for, which is like why they didn't play well and stuff like that. It's like that victim complex like seeps so far in, and I think for City fans it's a little different. I think we feel that we play like the most beautiful soccer, and we're like these like and because of that, I think that can be very frustrating for other fans. But it does feel like every team kind of will like embody that, like whatever that like kind of fandom is for the most part.
Yeah, I not to change managers here. I've really enjoyed the only enjoyment I've taken from like how good Liverpool has been is I mentioned my brother, big Liverpool fan, did the podcast with me for the 4 years. Like you kind of got to question Klopp a little bit of a failure if Slot wins another one, right? Like, and I'll mess with him about this all the time. I'll be like, I mean, this was your guy, and he couldn't get it done twice, and now this guy's just coming. He made it look easy. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on?
It is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what's weird too is he'll tell you this, and I don't think this is true, numbers wise, but he's convinced that there was a breakdown with like FSG and Klopp where the money wasn't flowing, and now the money is.
Yeah,
I mean, it was still flowing back then, but now it is. Like, I got a lot of Red Sox fans in my life. They're pissed. Like, they're just like, what the fuck is going on, right?
I mean, who they traded? What is it, Devers?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so on top of like the Mookie trade a while back. Yeah,
it's like it's interesting, and it's an interesting what if, but I don't know, the Arteta stuff for me. It's just it's nauseating. It's like I never thought that I would hate Arsenal this much, and I just am like, fuck, it sucks, and it's a team that doesn't even win. That's what pisses me off. It's not like they won it.
Why? They are Sisyphus like incarnate. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah, but they're would you call it? No, you didn't do Sisyphus, right?
Yeah, Sisyphus. Yeah.
Okay.
Rolls
but it's like yes. But it's like as the ball is rolling up, they're bitching about it the whole time. Yeah. It's just like, oh, this is the steepest hill. And this is the heaviest boulder.
This is no one else has nobody has to do.
No, yes, yeah. It's just like that's what it is. Because I have some Sisyphus in my life too that I think about. But like, I don't know. You don't complain about it the whole time. Like this is just your lot. Whatever, dude. Get over it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with the fact that he was under Pep's wing for so long, and there were talks like, hey, Pep could leave in a couple of years, Arteta could fill in with him, and then he goes to Arsenal, and it was all cute for him for a little bit, but there was a definite change where Arteta went from being the little bro and the peer to now being like legit enemies and stuff, and it does seem like Arteta has he's done, and I don't want to call him Anakin because like, ugh, but it does feel like and also calling us,
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, especially to all of it. But it does seem like he was with us one moment, and he just got so into his own self that he completely changed who he was and who he represents, and also it doesn't help that all those videos of when he was under Pep and we play Arsenal and we score on Arsenal and Pep is trying to celebrate with him and he's just it's like, well, how did I not notice this back then? Like, what is going on? If I would have saw that, I would have never been like, yeah, he can totally take over after Pep, because there was a part of me where it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing what that looks like. Shame.
Not just real quick, not to sound like a doofus here, but like just an employer. I don't know. Like I don't get it. I wasn't a professional athlete, I guess, but he's from Spain. It's not like it was his childhood club, I don't think, right? I don't know enough about Arteta maybe, but like
he spent a fair amount of time there though.
For sure. Yeah. But like when we score on Everton, there's probably a video of him at least going, I don't know. Like,
totally.
Like you do something to my ex-employer, I'm like, cool. Like, hell yeah. Like, I mean, I work for Travis Kalanick. Like, please, somebody go do it. But like, whatever. Like, let's just, I don't know. He's just like a doofus to me. And I'm going to shut up now because I feel bad. I'm trying to be positive.
It makes me wonder of like what happened. Because when you think of like Pep and Klopp, I mean, they were rivals not only in the Premier League, also in the Bundesliga. And they are like, I mean, Pep cried. Like Pep cried when Klopp retired and was like, He said Jurgen means a whole lot to me, and I'm sure he would have a similar-ish reaction to Arteta, but there's a coldness there, and there's like a Cold War that they don't talk about. Whereas like with Pep and Klopp, it was the total opposite. It was like this bromance with two fan bases that hated each other, and it's like it was almost the total opposite. Like I never had ill will towards Arsenal fans. They were never an elite team while City were dominant.
Yeah.
And when Arteta came over, it was almost just like this. Oh yeah, you have him now, isn't he awesome? And then it just like
you take Zinchenko, you got Sterling, like cool, yeah, go for it. And then something switched, like something.
Dillon, you're a filmsman, right? Like you love the media, right? Like the media of TV film. You watch Mad Men, right?
I've seen Mad Men.
God damn it!
That was like because I was a little young.
Okay.
When it was like first like kind of coming up, and I just haven't gone back. Like when it was like on TV, I just haven't really gone back and watched it.
Exposing the old ass over here. Gotcha. Cool. Anyway, deep cut reference here. Like there's a scene where Don Draper's in an elevator and the younger employee comes up to him and he's like, I don't know how you live with yourself. They had this whole thing, whatever. He goes, I don't know how you live with yourself. And Draper goes, I don't think about you at all. Right. And like, you've probably seen it, a meme, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like, I don't think Pep has any like of this coldness or Cold War thing. I think it's like all a complex. And if it's not, I'm believing it is. And I'll be the delusional City fan on this one. But that's just how that's like what it seems to me. Body language doctor over here.
I love it. I love it. He definitely does feel the need to. He has to prove something. It is his old club. Like he became who he was because of Arsenal, and for him to be there and continue their lack of success, like man will argue you down because he's won the Community Shields and the FA Cup his first season and stuff like that. It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah,
I actually think it's almost worse, like how he won too. Like he won so early on, and because it was like during Project Restart and everything else, and it's just kind of like gone down. It's got to like eat away at him.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Oh my god, I'm technically with you, John. Like I do not like Arteta like at all. I just don't feel bad that I don't like him. I just don't like man.
Yeah,
at all.
I need to be more sinister. Maybe I don't know.
You're such a great human being. And speaking of great human beings, Jack Grealish, he is doing his thing at Everton. It was funny when he first went there. Everybody happy, excited for him. Like truly, all the Everton supporters that I chatted with, they were like, "Hey, that 50 million transfer clause, it's never getting paid."
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks, and now Everton supporters are losing their minds about Grealish. They can't imagine a world without him gone. The way that they're playing, they funnel everything through him. Maybe they'll figure out a way to scrounge up this 50 million, but that's way too far ahead. Like Pep said today, or when the video that was released from the embargo for Huddersfield, that was, I guess, technically yesterday, he was asked about, will Trafford be the future one? And he was like, I'm not a genius enough to be able to predict the future, so I don't know. And I similarly feel the same way about all of this. It's I would love Grealish to go off and do his thing. I mean, we still have Calvin Phillips. Like, very similar. Like, bro, go live your life. John, how are you feeling about this? How's this Grealish experience at Everton been?
Oh, I'm pumped for him. Like, I will say too, to the point you made earlier, we on this pod, we did all agree. Someone said, I don't remember who, Everton wins the league, they're still not paying that 50 million. It's just not happening. Like, it isn't going to happen. I don't care if they, whatever. They got to pay for that stadium. So that's just not happening. But I'm just pumped for him. Like, I do still love seeing like behind the scenes social media posts of just like a glorious mind of a Grealish like type of scenarios. Like every challenge that is put in front of him. I can't even talk right now because I'm talking about him, but like put in front of him and he like doesn't understand English or doesn't understand like what's going on. And like, I'm just like, again, I think your employer said it best, Dylan. It's like body of a man, mind of a child. And I like love that about him. Like, and I don't think he ever wants any ill repute. I don't think he's just out there because he loves to play football. And I want him to play at the top of his ability. And I'm glad that he like won player of the month or whatever he did. And just happy for him, man. Like, that's it. Like, happy for him. If he scores a game tying goal against us, I will change my team.
He can't. He's just a loaney.
Yes.
So,
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So is that in the closet?
For now.
You can. Okay. Perfect. Cool.
Like City have
I'm good
to
then.
say it's okay that he plays. And I
Yes.
just don't be saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, which they wouldn't even do that with like Tommy Doyle and like James McAtee. They definitely aren't going to do that with fucking Jack Grealish. Could you imagine?
It's such a good PR move that like that in the clause. It's just be like, yeah, like no shot this is happening to us. Cool.
Right?
But
it's just like, I'm sorry, it's business. It's just what they do. You understand, right?
That's when the PR attorney comes out in every organization, which I love.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pumped for him. He's a great guy.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I don't know. Have y'all ever been in like a position in life where like you needed to move? Move out of like the like town or city where you are and like go to a different place. And so like I can really relate to that feeling. And his time was up. I think his time was up. And I don't know if he will ever be like, maybe he was like never meant to be on like an absolutely like elite team. I don't really agree with that take, but like I've seen that thrown around. But I think him having a team and being like the absolute best player week in, week out, no matter what, who always is going to like kind of get maybe not the most touches just because of like where he plays, but considerable amount of touches and like the attack kind of moves around him. He would probably never have that, at least at City. And to like have a manager that like is probably not as hard on him, that is not going to like criticize every single touch and I just think he's happy there and it worked out there.
Yes.
Real
quick, are people saying that he can't be the best player on a really good team?
I've seen
I think
Nabil, the guy who owns City Report, and not in like a bad way. It's like this is who he is, like in a pure form. It's like he's someone that can play at an absolutely elite level, like not on a great team, which I can understand. He did that at Villa. And like he's, I guess you could say, doing that now through 5 games. Like we have no idea what it's going to look like. But we saw on the treble team, like he was absolutely vital. Absolutely vital to that.
I was about to say, I'm not trying to do friendly fire to this other City fan, but that big ass picture behind you, he's on that team. Like, and he was important as fuck on that team. So like, I think he had.
It's not. It's actually the. I kind of turned around. It's they sold this during COVID, but it's like the team of the decade. So it's from 2010 to 2020. Okay. And it was like, it's COVID. I got a bunch of stimulus checks. Let me waste it on a big old piece of canvas painting.
Hey, you stimulated the economy.
Yes, exactly the British economy.
Way to build back better. Look, he was so important to that team. I bring that up all the time because the price tag, like I think I've said this on this pod, but I will talk to my old pod mates about this all the time. The price tag we paid for him is astronomical, ridiculous, whatever. I'd pay that again to win another treble. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and he was so important to that team. He dictated tempo. He dictated how we were able to hold the ball up. He honestly was offensive at times too, which was really, really great. Like, so important. So,
I just feel like he wanted more than that. And he's not the only player who has thrived under Pep's vision, but still was like, I kind of want a little more. And it doesn't always go well for him. Like Julian Alvarez right now at Atleti. Like, yikes. Sonic. Yeah.
I think that Dylan, you brought up a really good point though, where it's like the manager for him matters so much. Because I've seen enough video of Grealish where I can imagine a training session where Pep is just needling and
God.
needling
Yeah.
and needling. And I could just see him being like, mate, like, I'm trying. I don't know. What are you talking about? Like, just let me play. Like,
because
and I
he
think
said
that
that he's been like, I was afraid to give the ball up. And I
Yes.
kind of have mixed feelings on it because, like, I don't know how you look at last season where it literally was just give the ball to Doku and let Doku wreak havoc.
Mhm.
And it's like, if Grealish could do that,
Mhm.
Pep would play him and have him do that. And it's like, Grealish does have the ability. Granted, if you look at like these Everton highlights, he hasn't had that much fucking space in a single City match to do any of that for years. So like that's one thing, but it's like if Grealish had either I don't think it's like necessarily an ability thing, but like had the confidence in himself to be able to attack in that kind of way, I think he would. And I think he just had to leave. And it's just one of those things of just like it. And to your point, 100 million for a treble, I would do it time and time again.
Yeah. I'm like literally, as I'm thinking about this, I can see him on the training ground, like getting more like input from Pep and him just being like, "What you mean?" Like that type of thing, and just being like, I think I tell my team this all the time, and like I work in sales, so it's like failure happens all the time, and like failure, like I was a baseball player, like 3.5 times you're successful out of 10, you're in the Hall of Fame. So it's like failure is super important. The thing that's the most important to be able to do your job is confidence. And he just didn't have it towards the end. And I don't think that's his fault necessarily. Like I think there was just like, this is not the place for him that both of you guys have eloquently put. And I'm just beating to death right now. But yeah, I'm just pumped for him.
You're good. Which makes it easier to be happy for him because you see how much the man loves the game and he cares. And I was just over the like City fans being mad at him not getting his playing time, and him being sassy on social media. I'm just over somehow, some way, different scenarios and situations of me going from loving this player for the success that they brought to the club to now at the end, I'm just like, get this person out of here. And like, just, I'm not seeing them in the light that I saw them. And it just hurts everybody all around.
For sure. I know I asked this thing about this drill top in here. We don't have to do that. I've already made my decision. I'm going blue. I do want to ask you guys this though. I want the black jersey, so that's why I'm going to go blue on the drill top.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. But I think that thing's sick, like the drill top itself. So I was like, I got to get one of these.
We need more black jerseys, black warm-ups.
Yes.
It needs to be a consistent thing.
I like the retro-ness of Puma King, like that brand itself, like within Puma too. I think that does really good. What I was going to change up and ask you guys this though is remove Madrid. Who are you excited to play in the Champions League? Like what game are you just like, it's going to be a tough game or it's going to be an easy game, and I'm just like pumped to see us go up against whomever? No right answers.
Not in like the table phase, like in the season, like if it like knockouts or like anyone else that's in the Champions League type thing.
Do it. Who are you looking for us to actually get to play?
I'd like to see Bayern Munich to face Company. I think that would be a really interesting. I know we got it with Burnley, but that's different. And
so different.
I don't know. Like I don't even know if I want Company to coach or to coach at City. Like I more so just I'm scared if it doesn't start to go well, and I don't want to have conflicted feelings about him.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I have there is very few athletes who have probably left in a better moment in terms of just like scoring one of the most ridiculous goals ever. And then like, it's like Michael Jordan and the Bulls. If like that is one, it is way up there for like close to number 2. And I would just be really scared if you were to come back and manage City, because especially if he's like filling in for Pep, good fucking luck for whoever's going to be that manager. Yeah. And I don't want it to be like a Kalen DeBoer Alabama situation.
I think that's such a good analogy. Like, because to be honest, we're gonna have to kiss a lot of DeBoers before we get our next person. I got
Oh, totally.
Just like I'm
Totally.
already mentally preparing for that.
I mean, Crunk,
Oh.
think of how often for the last 3 years that you've been like having me on here, where I've been like, "This is it. This is the best."
Yes.
Like I'm like, it's like the Billy Madison like holding the cheeks, like you don't
cherish
know.
it. Cherish
Like,
it.
this is the best. It will never, ever, ever be better than this. Like this consistently and anything like that. And I'm so glad I got to experience it in my like 20s and early 30s versus like when I actually like grow up as an adult and like have way more shit that I have to like focus on. I can remember these moments like super fondly, and actually it's like I got to watch every single game, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of games.
Yes, I think that's the right perspective. Crunk, what about you? And who are you hoping we play? Who are you excited we are playing?
Honestly, the last season broke me so much. I'm like the players now. I'm taking it one game at a time. I can't even think that far ahead. I'm over Real Madrid. Like I'm in the like hating phase of my life. I don't know. Because like I don't think there's any like fun darlings in it quite yet. We need to get to the 6th, 7th, 8th, because I think that the 8th games, that's when like last season, like being able to play like Brest, who was like showing up and showing out, or even last season I would have loved to face Leverkusen, things like that. Like they're teams who are just having one hell of a season. I would love to be able to face whoever that is in this competition this season.
The only other little like, and you can answer your own question. The team that's in Kazakhstan that are in the Champions League, I've had to like cover them for work. I just think that would be really cool that this like random ass team and like them being able to play, like they're playing Real Madrid, which is already cool. And like if there's a world where they somehow face like Manchester City as well, to kind of like face the two best teams over the last 5 years in Europe, I think that would just be like a very cool story. We would probably thrash them, but I don't know. It's a very cool story.
I'm in a similar, like my answer to this is in a similar vein where we actually have some interesting matchups. If we are ever in Europe, we play Dortmund and we play Madrid. It's just a rule now, I guess. Like it happens every year. It's kind of annoying. I'm over it. Leverkusen's obviously like kind of a cool, I know whatchamacallit's gone, but like good test. Galatasaray, just because like Turkey's just spending money that they don't have. Every team there, except for Besiktas.
And getting to see our old things. That'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly. I actually am wearing some Besiktas shorts right now, and they can't seem to figure this part out. Not very good. But I will draw your attention to a 3-game span where we're at United, and then we go to Bodo Glimt, and then we play Wolves, which is like a notorious bogey. I'm excited to see us go to Bodo Glimt in the middle of January because there will be snow everywhere, and they're just like a cool story. I've like followed them for a little bit, and they, as a FM player, they pop up all the time as like teams doing a rebuild or whatever on YouTube. But it's cool. Like we're gonna have to go to Norway, and it's not even metropolitan Norway. It is Arctic Circle Norway. And that'll be interesting. And it won't be helpful that we have United first, then going there, and then playing Wolves at home after. So, but I'm pumped for that one.
No, that's a good shout. That's a great shout, actually. It'll be really cold where I am too. So, shout out to the Midwest.
Camaraderie. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well, this was pretty good. Is there any random thing that has popped up in our heads? One last topic, or we good to go?
Dillon, how many tweets do you get off?
A lot.
Okay, cool. You're very good at multitasking.
I didn't. I really shouldn't be doing this. I really shouldn't be on the.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. That's my second strike today. I'm sorry, bro. Damn. right.
And that is our sign to go. Honestly, always fantastic. I think we're gonna bump up the schedule, so you see us a little more frequently. The season is definitely deserves it. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, like, subscribe, check the episode description. I'll update it with all our links. That's where you can find us. Hey, goodbye.